Hey everybody, it's your girl Bondy Blue and I am back for Real Housewives of Atlanta Season 12, Episode 1. Alright, so just on top of the dome assessment they gave, okay, we got some good storylines going on here. We have some camaraderie and commiseration about said storylines being very similar. Okay, so I took Kenya's tone towards Portia, very fanfare and almost comical, when you think about the fact that she gonna have some of these same issues coming down the pipeline. So there's that. Okay, let's go ahead and get into my notes. So in true Real Housewives of Atlanta Bravo fashion, we have to start off with a huge altercation between Kenya and somebody. Okay, we're sure it's Nene, but not too sure as to not say, for sure that we know, because we don't know for sure. All right, so then we get 6 months before the huge altercation with Kenya, having her hands up and everybody screaming, and Eva, we don't know what's going on, okay? As far as the looks that they gave us, I was like, what happened to the all black? The all black was some glorious righteousness. Like, I was all here for every single one of those looks. Even Nene's. Okay, and I'm sorry, but I usually don't like Nene's hair. It's just a realization of the situation. The fact that I can't tell the difference between her and Tamar, sometimes that works on my nerves, okay? So yeah, I liked everybody's look in black. And let me tell you something. Some of these looks individually look good, but together, I was not feeling it. I actually liked everybody's dress with the exclusion of Eva. I just thought that wasn't flattering at all. I felt like she looked like she was trapped inside of a garbage bag. Was that an OD to Missy? Who knows? But all I know is it wasn't the move as far as I was concerned. And somebody asked the question of whether there was supposed to be another lady there holding a glass or a peach or whatever they hold. I'll be forgetting. Potomac, Atlanta, Child, whatever they be holding. One of the ladies was supposed to also have on gold, so then it would have made more sense. But in all honesty, it was the different shades of white, the different shades of yellow, and then whatever was happening there with Eva. It was just like not palatable in the way that I would have liked. I just finished giving y'all so much credit for your coordination during reunions. Please do not disappoint me with the reunion, because then I'll have to eat my words when I was talking about how terrible Basketball Wives is and they can learn from Bravo. But I'm done with that show, so it doesn't even really matter. Let's go ahead and get into it. Kenya and her evil laugh. Yes, it is an evil laugh, okay? Her and that beautiful brand new baby, 7 months old, Brooklyn, okay, are in her house, and she's just enjoying her baby, like, honestly. Now, she and Mark haven't gotten to the tough, rough parts yet, but things aren't great. He's still not living with her. They're not spending a lot of the time in the same place, which she thought would change once she had the baby. Didn't happen that way. Something tells me as long as Kenya was willing to move her life to be with him, it was fine. But when Kenya said, I got to go back and make that check, then all of a sudden it became an issue and a problem, and now y'all are living in separate homes again. But I just kind of felt like from jump, if he wasn't willing to come into your life as you were, you know what I'm saying? Like, okay, yeah, Kenya needed to work on some things within herself. Child, she still needs to work on some things within herself. Everybody does. But my point is, you married this woman when she was on a reality show. And now you don't want to be around her because she's on a reality show. And I just find that very annoying. Him not wanting to be on camera makes it look like he's an absentee father. And I don't have time for this type of visual. Kenya says that she's completely changed ever since becoming a mother. I said, I'll wait on it. After many failed relationships, she has a fairy tale ending. But things aren't exactly how she thought it would be, all right? And then she tries to call Mark on the phone and she couldn't get him. Oh, that's weird. Why can't I get him on the phone? Child, I remember all them times before she had that baby, how she could never get that boy on the phone. Y'all, then we skip over to Portia. Y'all, Portia going through a similar situation, but much worse There's also some rumblings that Portia might be going through postpartum depression. Even if it's not postpartum, it's absolute depression because nobody wants to deal with this type of foolishness after they just had a baby. Baby PJ is only 2 months old, okay? And Portia is living in her house trying to take care of her baby, of course, with the help of her beautiful mom, okay, with her lavender wig on. All right. And she's dealing with the story that Tasha K posted about Dennis cheating on her with some woman named Sincerely, who used to be trying to get on one of the other WAGs, the Atlanta WAG show. I never watched it, don't know none of them. So yeah, all right. And then on top of that, there was something about bestiality. When I saw that, I was just like, I'm not indulging in whatever foolishness this is, okay? Dennis could possibly be cheating because it's been on the grapevine since they started dating that Dennis is out here, okay? So this was not a surprise. This was not a stretch. I mean, it was barely a yawn. But I will say that all of this tacked on to 2 months post baby, I just kind of felt very, very bad for Portia. And I felt bad for Kenya too. But to watch the way Portia is in her house right now, the way Portia can't really leave her house, how all she do is take care of the baby and go to sleep, I felt really bad. And I'ma just say that I know people think that she might be doing all of this for the show to make sure she has a storyline. And I just want to say that I would really hope that nobody will put on this type of dramatics, this type of depression, this type of darkness so that they can get a check from Bravo. I would really hope that that's not what the situation is, okay? Now, I know we gotta be messy and bring up stuff to people who we otherwise wouldn't talk to. We gotta have people walking up to us from bars out the blue who are already mics. Yes, there are a lot of things that are overproduced and got me looking at y'all like, oh, so we doing this, you know? So yeah, I get that. But at the end of the day, I really think that Portia is going through it, and that just really bothered me to see her in this state so soon after having her baby. Portia says that she found some text messages in Dennis' phone that he was cheating, okay? And cheating during her pregnancy, but it didn't have nothing to do with what the story was in the blogs. That just made the situation even worse. But it wasn't with Sincerely, it was with another person. She hasn't really given her mom or her sister the deets, but she just told them that they're not together right now and she needs to learn how to start handling her baby without his help because that might be the road that they're on now. So later on, we see Mama trying to make Portia a plate, but she can't stop eating all the food. And Lauren comes in, and Mama says it's been like a morgue around here. Dennis is sending dozens and dozens of flowers and everything. And Portia is in a bad place. She doesn't want to leave the house, but she needs to get back to work. She says that she wanted a family, so this is very difficult for her. And the producer in the confessional asked her why is it so hard for her to talk about whatever happened between her and Dennis in, detail. And she says because it's embarrassing. It's embarrassing. She wanted this to work. She thought this would work. She thought this was her happily ever after. She prayed for this. This was her prayer that Sierra sent to the Lord, okay? So now for all of this to be happening the way it is, for the story that's on the blogs and on Tasha K's vlog, it's just a lot. And I am going to draw attention to the fact that they actually gave Tasha K shine throughout this episode. I am no hater. It's not even in my blood. Okay? So go ahead, girl. Get your viewership up. Get your money. But it just seemed like it was beneath Bravo to have her in the show like that when they're just going to disprove whatever it is that she said. Because come on now, bestiality, word, that's where we at with it. Child, I guess. Portia said this felt like a bad dream or some type of joke that she just gonna wake up from. And she's also looking for him to say something to make her feel like none of this is true. And that never happens. So yeah, Portia's in a bad place right now. Candy, on the other hand, okay, has her beautiful little boy Ace, who is very smart. Okay, I love it. I love it when the babies are like talking like adults, like not in a negative way, but just in the way they form their sentences. I love that because I know my child probably gonna be like that. God, you know, providing that God doesn't give my child any learning disabilities or anything else, and they come out regular, degular, schmegular, and they just working off of the way I talk to them, they will definitely be speaking complete sentences early on because we're not doing goo goo gaga. What you said, boy, I can't understand you. Okay, say that one more time for me. Sound it out. Okay, look, that's just what I envision for myself. And I see, you know, Candy and them were probably the exact same way with just making sure that the son, you know, the kid is learning good habits early on, okay? But either way, cute as he want to be, she gets on the phone with the surrogate. Todd is there as well. Hey, Todd, okay? And the surrogates, I think she says like 14 weeks pregnant or something like that. But this is a very interesting experience for Candy, to say the least, okay? Because this is the first time that she's never, you know, been pregnant but got a baby coming. You know, she's not gonna have to deal with the physicality of the pregnancy and the baby moving inside you and your breast filling up with milk. All of these things that she had to go through with Ace and with Riley, she's now not gonna have that experience with this baby. So I think that not only is it, you know, something to get used to in your mind, there's a learning curve of how to create this bond that you know, usually create with your child while they're still in the womb. So yeah, I'm sure it must be, you know, something for a lot of women who have surrogates. But Todd tells Candy at the end of that conversation that at the end of the day, the fact that this was even an option for them is pretty cool. Thinking about how some people can't have babies, and this is actually an option, an achievable option for them. It's really awesome. You know, science and Dr. Jackie knowing good, viable people to be surrogates. And, you know, instead of people we meet at the grocery store who just so happen to have good-looking kids. Okay, Michelle. Eva is on baby number 3. Okay, meanwhile. And she goes to lunch with her husband, and she's excited. This is her first baby in wedlock, okay? It doesn't matter, but I'm sure it's a nice feeling, okay, just to have a baby by your husband and then y'all are married. You know what I'm saying? Like, people be feeling some type of way when you say stuff like that. But, you know, sometimes it just feels different. That's all. Ain't nothing wrong with that. So she and Mike are still looking for somewhere to live while reminding us that everyone was lying about whatever their living and financial situation was. Okay, Eva, I'm gonna let that ride. Then they discuss how Portia was supposed to come back to Dish Nation sooner than she actually has. You know, Eva is actually in her place while she's out on maternity leave. But with everything going on with Dennis, that's making maternity leave a lot longer than they initially thought. But you know what? It's cool, it's fine. I'm sure Eva is loving the job. And she just knows what it's like to, you know, be the brunt of a terrible rumor. You know, they went through it too. Like, okay, Eva, sure. Cynthia and her Mike are talking about marriage. She's looking at dresses. She's listening to songs on the radio, thinking that she needs to put that in the playlist, all right? She's talking about the ring she wants, always emerald cut. Yes, Cynthia, you're so classy. She also says that she's gonna have to schedule this wedding, so he need to let her know ahead of time in case she get busy. And Mike is like, girl, that is not how any of this is going to go. When I am ready to propose to you, I want it to be a surprise. I want it to be, you know, like a great thing. And I don't want it to be orchestrated by you, Cynthia. So please do us both a favor and, no pun intended, chill. And then he asked her to take her wig off, and she took it off and threw it at him. And I was like, well, y'all are cute. Y'all are cute. And you are thirsty, Cynthia, but I don't mind, girl. I don't mind. If he don't mind, I don't mind. Cynthia is at her Bailey wine bar, which hasn't been doing that great because she's bi-coastal now. And they have to work out that living situation before they really get into this whole marriage situation. But you know, Cynthia is excited about just being engaged. So she's trying to get Mel, her sister, to run the wine bar while she goes back and forth. And Kenya decides to come in with baby Brooklyn and grace them with she and the baby's presence, okay? And we're just like, oh my God, it's Kenya. you know, and it's cool. We're glad that Kenya's back. Kenya does let Cynthia know that she can recognize that cheap wine bottle that she has on that middle shelf right there, and maybe she needs to move that down to the basement, honey. Then they go get cookies together. And Kenya wants to throw a party to introduce Brooklyn to the world. Why not? Her baby is Majesty. She's a perfect little doll. She's not fussy. She's everything that Kenya deserved in her life for the piss poor mother that she got. They discuss how Nene is not cool with Kenya, not cool with Cynthia, all right? I love how Cynthia said, at 52, honey, ain't nothing about to be hard in my life, especially not no damn friendship. Okay, I said, I know that's right. Kenya doesn't understand what the problem is, okay? I guess Nene is still mad that Cynthia invited Kenya to her party for the bar opening. I think that's what the event was for. Either way, it was Cynthia's event. She invited Kenya, and Nene was mad she didn't get a heads up. But then we can rewind back to when Nene still had like the second or third nose job, and she hadn't got them veneers just right yet. And, you know, she was telling Kenya, when Kenya was upset about her inviting that first man that she was messing with, I forgot his name by now. Y'all remember him, the one that looked like he ain't never went and got no haircut from nobody that knew what they was doing. I forgot his name, but they said that Kenya was paying him the whole time. Either way, Nene, being messy, invited him to her wedding, and Kenya felt like she could have, you know, used the heads up. But Nene told her that when she's planning her events, she's not worrying about how Kenya feels. She's worrying about how fabulous her event is going to be. So now with the shoe being on the other foot, Kenya don't understand what the problem is with Nene. I said, girl, none of us do. None of us do. But I'll just put it out there like this. Misery loves company. And I see there's a lot of that going on amongst some of y'all. So Kenya asked about Mike. And Cynthia says, girl, you know we about to get engaged. And Kenya's like, girl, I'm going to need for you to stop with about to get engaged. Okay, just let it happen. Why you got to keep talking about it? And Cynthia says, oh my God, if I want to be thirsty, if I want to look at wedding dress, if I want to rejoice in the moments right before the engagement, baby, guess what? That's what I'm going to do. I'm thirsty. Let me live. Let me be thirsty. Let me be parched. I said, I know that's right. I'm not mad at Cynthia because I feel like at least Cynthia owns who she is at this point, and you can take it or leave it, but you're not about to make her feel bad about it, and I love it. Cynthia and Eva go over to OLG, and pregnant Eva is eating up everything. I mean, I was hungry by the time she was done ordering, and I would love to try them fried green tomatoes that Candy got on that menu. Child, I'm gonna have to make me a trip down there eventually, sooner than later. So they ask about Candy and her pregnancy because she's pregnant too, okay, just not here, over there. And she says, you know, everything's good. She's like 14 weeks along. Everything's good. You know, Candy, she chill, right? And they congratulate her. And Cynthia says that they should name the baby Chill. And Candy is like, okay, Cynthia. Like, she just really does the most when it comes to her and my Chill. She's just chill. Cynthia, like, calm down. And then at this moment, this is when I noticed some thick ass girl behind Eva with no underwear on, but tights that look like they were supposed to have something over them, because you can see every dimple and you know, crevice in her ass. I was like, oh, okay. I forgot what we was, okay? And then when they zoomed the shot out, she had the terriblest orange wig on. I'm so glad she didn't turn around, but I know somebody who was watching know exactly who that was. And she was just doing a lot. I didn't know what was going on in the scene at that point because all I was paying attention to was her. And that's when, just at the most inopportune moment, Sincerely, who is very mic'd, walks over to Candy's table. At first, she tries to send a drink to Candy's table, but y'all know Candy does not drink, okay? I say, really, Candy? Not even a glass of wine? Okay, you know, I guess. I mean, live your life. She explains to them that she's the girl from Tasha K's story, okay? And she says that she just wants to let them know that she's never even met Dennis, all right? So basically, this was Bravo and anybody else who wanted to be in on it. Way to have this girl come on and dispute the story that they are putting in our faces. But I just kind of felt like, I mean, okay, fine. Okay, she don't know Dennis. All right, fine. And she also, I mean, I just wasn't feeling it. I wasn't feeling the construction of it all. The produceness of it all. I wasn't feeling it. It was annoying me. It was kind of out of place. I didn't know how to feel. And I'm also kind of asking, why we got to keep putting this on Candy's dime? Because this had to happen at OLG. So now Candy going to be a part of the clique that brings it to Portia. And Portia not going to want hid because it's coming from Candy and her clique. And the Candy Coded clique don't like Portia. They probably told the girl to come over there. Like, we know. This is going through everybody's mind right now during this scene. But Sincerely basically said some vindictive ex of Dennis made all of this up. And I'm like, yeah, that sounds about right. There's always some crazy bitch that's mad about something. Not to say she doesn't have a reason to be angry, but still. Jump off the deep end, why don't you? Eva doesn't believe any of the stuff that was on that blog. Candy says that she doesn't believe the bestiality stuff, but as far as the cocaine use and Dennis cheating on Portia, who knows? Portia is getting ready to go to Kenya's baby's party. And Kenya says that Mark isn't going to be at the party. I'm like, we could have guessed. Cynthia comes to the party as Thirsty Bride Barbie because everybody has to come as a doll because Brooklyn is a doll. Eva is Workout Barbie. I loved it, but she didn't come with any kids. I was like... They had a kid DJ, which was super cute. Then they bring Kenya in Brooklyn, and Brooklyn comes out in this little Barbie car, and she's just smiling and so excited. It was the cutest thing. I was like, oh my God, this is so cute. I cannot, okay? Candy and Ace come as Rockstar Barbie and Ken. That was super cute. Portia comes as Special Edition Barbie. I don't know what she was, but she looked like Special Edition Christmas Barbie from like 2017 or something like that. I thought she was super cute. Kenya says that she wouldn't have come out of the house if she was Portia, probably because she would have caught a case putting her hands on somebody. Okay, but she just is like, oh my God, Portia really came with all of this going on. And I'm like, girl, let's just see how many events you don't show up to by the time we get to the end of this season. Then we see Kenya snatching her baby from some guy talking about Mark doesn't want any other men holding his baby. And I was like, then I guess his ass should have been at the party, huh? Like, if y'all don't get on away from me with this, like, I wasn't feeling that at all. And I heard that she tried to, like, backpedal about it on Watch What Happens Live. I didn't watch it, so I'm not going to speak on it, but I'm just going to say, like, girl, go ahead. Eva is, of course, asked why she didn't bring one of her 2 children to the party. And she says because she didn't know what the vibe was going to be like. She didn't know how Kenya was going to be since the last few times she met with her, it hasn't been that copacetic. Which, I mean, look, I understand. It's a tape and I get it. But I also felt like, I mean, it was a kid's party. Like, it was a kid's party. Candy brought her baby. Portia brought her baby. Cynthia brought her little niece or something like that. And she brought Noelle with her. So, it just kind of felt like, oh, so what you think that you too good to bring your baby to the party? That's kind of how it came off. But I'm sure she just doesn't want her children to be, like, in scenes with mess or on the show that much. So I get it. Fine. Cynthia also got it and felt like, if that's what Eva wanted to do, then she agreed with it. And I just kind of felt like, oh, Cynthia, you're going to get yourself in trouble with Kenya. Candy asked Cynthia and Eva if they should tell Portia about Sincerely and what she said to them. And then Kenya comes over and asks what they whispering about. And they tell Kenya, and Kenya was like, oh, girl, I'll go tell her. And it's like, we just said we don't want to tell her what you're doing, girl, be quiet. And I was like, she playing, but she probably going to go tell her. She will, mess ass. It's your baby party. Your baby. Later, they discuss Shamia always has to ask these questions. Okay? They discuss the fact that Kenya has 2 nannies. And the look on Shamia's face said a lot. She has a nanny, does she? But Kenya lets it roll off. Yes, I have 2 nannies. I'm traveling back and forth. I need the help, okay? And then Portia and Kenya take their babies and they go sit in the back. And Portia says that she really appreciates Kenya reaching out to her about the baby and just being supportive, which surprised me because Kenya's tone about the dentist situation didn't seem that supportive. You know what I'm saying? Was it just me that seemed like it was kind of like, you know, mess, you know? But either way, Portia says that she is very protective of their budding friendship. And because, you know, we exchanged tea for tea, they discussed Eva not bringing her kids to the party because she didn't know if Kenya, in Kenya's words, was going to take off her ponytail and start whipping these kids' ass. She didn't know, so she didn't want to bring the baby. And Kenya is like, oh, girl, whatever. Like, you know what? We're going to leave that right there, whatever. And Portia was like, yeah, girl. And Cynthia was actually agreeing with her. Like, yeah, she shouldn't bring the baby. And Kenya was like, oh, girl, really? Okay, whatever. You know what? We're going to keep it positive. Let's keep it positive. I heard some good, positive news. You know, I heard about the cheetah Asians and everything. And they had said that the girl sincerely, you know, whoever she is. And Portia was like, yeah, she's supposed to be involved. She the one from the blogs. She the one from the blogs. And Kenya said, oh, girl, well, wait, I don't know. Let me go get them so they can tell you. I said, they just told you that they didn't want to say nothing to this girl right now. So they come in there. Eva was already gone. Eva had ate up all the food and she was on her way, okay? So it was Cynthia and it was Candy that came in there. And of course, Candy starts to explain, look, I don't know why the girl came into OLG. See, I knew you was going to feel like that. You know what I'm saying? Because Portia was like, wrong road, wrong road. You know, as far as Candy being the one to facilitate this situation, right? It was at OLG. That's a kind of a red flag for Portia, right? But Candy said it was actually good news. She actually said she didn't even know Dennis. And Portia is like, oh, well, that's all well and good. But see, that's because Portia already knows that the cheatation she's upset about is not the bullshit that was on the blogs. But they thought they was going to make her feel better. They didn't. They did not. And I kind of felt like they shouldn't have brought it up. I feel like the girl is trying to escape from this very problem, this very issue, and having to talk about it with y'all was not what she wanted to do. So I just hope that Portia's okay. I'm going to say it like that. And I heard that supposedly they got back together, but I don't know if that's stuck or not. I'm not too sure. My ear ain't been to the streets too hard. Because usually I like to ignore some of the stuff that goes on the blogs as it pertains to the shows. Because I want to be surprised when the season comes. I don't always want to know everything that took place because y'all talked about it in the blogs the whole time before it happened, you know? But yeah, y'all, I mean, I felt like Real Housewives of Atlanta was given. You know, I wasn't bored, I'll tell you that. But I do feel that it was more emotional than I thought it was going to be. I thought it was actually really sad. But I think that everybody is coming with something interesting. Whether y'all think so or not, I think the surrogacy situation is interesting. I like that Cynthia is still here and Cynthia's just doing her. And I think I'm going to like seeing this version of Cynthia. So I'm glad that Cynthia's still here. Eva, I love Eva, but I'm not too sure how I'm going to feel about her this season. I mean, we're starting off with trash bags, you know, looks and stuff like that. So I don't know how far we going to get with her this season. Kenya already being messy. I'm happy you're back, bitch. And who else? I said I felt bad for Portia. Yeah, I mean, all of that is interesting. So we'll see. But yeah, y'all. Hope y'all enjoyed the review. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel if you have not already. I'll see y'all in the next one.